6 people whose lives were ruined by winning a jackpot. 1. Laura and Roger Griffiths didn't enjoy their dream home. The English couple won $2.76 million in 2005. They had never argued before their win. Then they bought a $1 million house and a Porsche. They took several luxurious trips to Dubai, Monaco, and New York City. In 2010, their house burned down in a freak fire. It wasn't properly insured. After months of costly repairs, Roger drove away in the Porsche. That ended their 14-year marriage. 2. David Lee Edwards went back to his old ways. Edwards spent 15 years in prison for armed robbery. Once released, he borrowed some cash from a friend to pay his bills. Edwards bought a lottery ticket with the change. He won $27 million in 2001. He went on to buy a mansion in Florida, several cars, and a private jet. He also bought a lot of expensive drugs. Edwards managed to squander his fortune in just 5 years. By 2006, he and his wife were living in a storage unit. Once the money dried up, she left him. Edwards died penniless in a Kentucky hospice at 58. 3. William Butt Post III won a jackpot but died in debt. Post won a whopping $16.2 million in 1988. He bought a ticket with just $2.46 in his account. After winning the jackpot, Post collected $497,953. It was his first annual payment. Post spent $300,000 in just 2 weeks. He bought a restaurant for his brother and sister. He bought a used car lot for another brother. He purchased a twin-engine plane. Within 3 months, Post was $500,000 in debt. The next year he bought a mansion for $395,000. He blew $2.65 million on 2 more homes, a truck, 3 cars, 2 Harley-Davidsons, etc. He even purchased a $260,000 sailboat. Post had to sell everything when the banks came knocking. He died $1 million in debt in 2006. 4. Gerald Muswagon wished he never won. Muswagon had brushes with the law in Canada since 1981. In 1998, he bought a $2 lottery ticket that won him $10 million. He spent most of it on luxuries and gifts. Muswagon also invested in his own lumber business, but the business never took off. Meanwhile, Muswagon bought a house and several cars. He converted the house into a party pad for his friends. Amidst all the partying, his money was running out. Muswagon once bought 8 big screen TVs for his friends while drunk. He continued to have problems with the police. Then his wife died suddenly in 2002. In 2005, Muswagon hanged himself in his parents' garage. 5. Jack Whitaker tried to avoid the usual pitfalls, but couldn't. Whitaker was a wealthy construction business owner. He won $315 million in Powerball in 2002. Choosing to collect a lump sum, he received $113 million after taxes. Whitaker did not spend it on luxuries, but he carried large amounts of cash on him. As a result, his car was robbed twice. The thieves stole $545,000, then $200,000. Whitaker gave $2,000 a week to his granddaughter. She started using drugs. Her boyfriend died of an overdose, then she did too. Whitaker's wife left him. Then his daughter died under suspicious circumstances. He started drinking and gambling. Whitaker was sued by a casino, then robbed of $100,000 again. He died in 2020 after a long illness. 6. Viv Nicholson didn't know what to do with the money. British spender Viv Nicholson grew up in poverty. She got pregnant at 16 and had 4 children. In 1961, her husband Keith won on the football pools. The prize was £152,000, over $3 million today. Asked what she was going to do, Viv replied,
"Spend, spend, spend."
Keith died in a car accident in 1965, but Viv continued to spend mindlessly.
"It was like a narcotics addiction,"
she said. She lost all her friends who couldn't relate to her. Viv was declared bankrupt in 1966.